All right, you may be asking yourself, how in the world do I get started with parameters? If you're loving Render and you want to figure out the best way to implement this for your business, take it from me as someone who began to just use a render parameter here and there with specific cost items, and then ultimately ending up here in the catalog, saving some cost groups with some of these things to inform my estimates. Really, where I should have started is putting in the render parameters into my parameters catalog. So in your catalog, you're familiar with your cost items, your cost groups, and so on. If you select parameters, it opens up a small dialog box, and you may have a list of these, or you may have only a set few parameters saved in here. Now you can see that I've already started to populate this with specific parameters. Now this is where you need to be hyper-specific. I have a Google Sheet that is available that lists all of the render parameters and how you need to have them appear inside of JobTread. It is this Google Sheet right here, and in it the second column does have a list of catalog parameter names. So let's go ahead and create one here. We're going to select parameter, and all of these things are numbers. There are a lot of different ways that you can have parameters incorporated into specific formulas, but for all of the render parameters, they are all numbers. They're all quantities. And right here, let's just go ahead and do number of sinks. So I'm going to copy and paste number of sinks and drop it right here. And now that is going to be a parameter that I can call on at any time. Now, again, when I want to do this, say I want to automatically say for every time I bring in a faucet vanity, I'm going to have it informed by number of sinks. You see that I've actually already done this inside of my catalog, but right here in this particular cost item, you would go to your quantity, select your formula, and then right here you would select your precise parameter. Now if you were doing flooring, you may select square footage. Perhaps flooring, you would do square footage times 1.1 for waste. Same thing for tile or paint, sheets of drywall. There are different ways that you can save your cost items to look for a specific render parameter in various cases. We have a lot of examples of these inside of our cost groups here that we are publishing. Look at this one for hall bathroom as one final example to see how we are using specific parameters to inform quantities for various items throughout this estimate. For our plumbing labor, we're using number of sinks plus toilets plus bathtubs because we are using a install price from a subcontractor based on the number of fixtures he's installing. We are using linear feet of wall cabinets plus linear feet of base cabinets to inform our linear feet of cabinets. For paint, we're using paintable wall surface area. Even for accessories, we get very creative here. We are using the number of sinks to inform the number of towel bars or towel rings in our estimates, because the bigger the bathroom, typically the more sinks, typically the more towel bars. So it's a really fun way to use parameters in a specific way, and it's really easy to click on the quantity formula in your template here and just automatically have a list of your render parameters that are available to you at any time.